middleweight champion of the world, Danny J.
Hello, everyone. It was a privilege, I'm a little hoarse, forgive me. It was a privilege to share the ring with such an incredible athlete, such an amazing person. Peter Quillin I've known for a very long time. And it sucks when you have someone that, you know everything about him, you know what he's fighting for, and you've known him for so long, and have to share the ring with him. I knew going into the fight that, I had to block everything out, all our personal relationship, whatever it was, I had to block all that out and just focus on the fight. I knew he was going to be strong. I knew he was going to be relentless. And I was just fortunate enough to get the stoppage because he was hurt and I bombarded him. It was for however long it lasted, man, I knew that it was going to be dangerous. And he's a strong, talented guy, and if he wants to rematch, and if that's something that, the fans would want as well, then we can definitely do it. I would definitely give this man another opportunity to do it again.
Thank you.
Danny, when we spoke earlier on this week, you said you visualized this outcome. Did you visualize the first round knockout?
I didn't visualize the knockout. I just visualized me having my hand raised the victory. Boxing is mostly mental, and I was at a point where, meditating was something big something big that I was doing, and visualizing this victory was something that we've done in camp. So mentally, before even stepping in the ring, I knew that I was ready. Physically, we were strong. Physically, we were ready, but ultimately, I feel like the fight was already won outside of the ring.
Hey, Danny.
Yeah, back in the corner.
Peter, I did have one other question for you. I know you said you appreciated the fact where the referee is doing his job, but do you feel that you could have came back at that point when they did stop it?
I'm a fighter, so automatically I'm going to say yes. But like I said, that's me talking like a fighter and not talking like an official doing my job. So, like I said, the things that happened was meant to happen.
Hey, Danny. Congrats again on a great performance.
Thank you.
Do you think this was a star-making performance for you? And how far do you think you can go in this sport?
Well, Peter Quillin is one of the best middleweights in the world.
Yeah.
For me to have an upset like this, because it was an upset. Fans had him going in as a favorite, him going in as probably knock me out or maybe get the victory. So I don't know if this made me a superstar. I just want to be able to get inside the ring and do what I do best, have fun, and come out unscathed and in perfect tech.
Guys, if there aren't any more questions for Peter, I'm going to let Peter go and be with his family and get some rest. And I don't think you could handle a night like he just had with any more grace than he just showed. So another round of applause.
I'm going to just tell y'all that's the hardest part of fighting Danny is that I'm a big fan of his son.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Oh, man. Bittersweet, man. Bittersweet.
And he doesn't know if he's a superstar, but I'm going to tell you, he's a superstar.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I know you're looking to bring more and more awareness to cancer, and obviously your star will shine brighter after this fight. How important is it to you that this helps you bring more awareness?
It means everything. Like I've said, I've always idolized Sugar Ray Leonard. I've always idolized Muhammad Ali because of what they stood for outside of the ring. So to know that I have something that the people can relate to, and something that's devastating as cancer, to be able to overcome that and be kind of a spokesperson for it, to be able to give people hope, they're inspired, and things of that nature. The platform, I'm looking forward to taking advantage of that, because a lot of people have better stories than I have, or have gone through worse situations than I have, but they don't really have that platform to kind of bring awareness to it. So I'm gonna do my best to, take advantage of it.
Danny, straight back here. Straight back. Over here.
Is that Dave? Oh,
How you doing,
my
Dave?
man, ESPN.
Congratulations.
Thank you, buddy.
Middleweight's a hot weight class. This was obviously a much anticipated fight in the weight class.
Yes.
We had Canelo and Cotto a few weeks ago, Triple G a couple weeks before that.
Right.
Lou was talking about the fight he has with his other fighter, Andy Lee, in a title defense against Saunders. I guess the question is, what do you want to do next, assuming that there's not going to be an immediate rematch between you and Peter?
I mean, I think the obvious answer would be to say, yeah, leave it up to my manager and, you know, see what works. But I mean, I want to fight the best. You know, I want to be able. My whole thing was before, obviously coming back, I wanted to get the 12 rounds and to prove to myself that I can go a full 12 round with the elite. And I've done that. I've gone 12 rounds, so now I know I got it in the bank. I'm willing to face any and everybody out there. If it's the winner of Andy Lee Sanders, then that's something that I'll do. Or if it's something, if it's what's Eubanks? Yeah, Chris Eubanks Jr. If it's mandatory. Mandatory, if there's something that I have to do as far as, you know, fighting the mandatory, that's what I'll do. But, you know, I feel like I'm on fire now, man. You know, I'm ready to take on the best, and I'm in my prime, so.
Danny, Chris Gunn here, Cyber Station Radio Boston. We've talked to you for a long time. I've known what you've gone through with Pierre Rod, with cancer. How sweet is this getting that win against a crosstown rival and actually showing everybody that you can beat a top 5, top 10 fighter?
It's a bittersweet, but I mean, you know, I'm just grateful that I'm able to, you know, prove the doubters wrong, because there was a lot of negativity going into this fight. You know, some that I just had to block out, like I just erased my Instagram and Twitter and stuff like that, because it was so many people bash talking me, saying that I wasn't of the elite, I wasn't, you know, that caliber of fighter, and I know deep down inside I was. I mean, I fought Sean Porter in the amateurs 6 times, and we went to war every time. So I knew that I knew the skill is there, but boxing is always about proving yourself, and I think with tonight's victory, that's what we did.
Daniel, your last 2 fights, they ended, you know, really early. Your knockout percentage is phenomenal. It's on par with any other, you know, professional really in sport next to Wilder. Do you think this puts you on a level where people look at you as not just a great fighter or great speed, but actually as a really knockout artist? Or is there anything else that you would need to do to be on that level, like a Golovkin, like as a knockout artist?
Just continue to do what I've been doing. I mean, that's really not my worry as far as where I'm placed. I mean, ultimately, yeah, but right now, I think all I need to worry about is just making sure that I fix the flaws that I have in my game, and just worry about perfecting what I have and to be the best that I can be. Because with that being done, then, you know, they can't deny it.
What are your flaws?
I mean, every fighter has flaws. I'm going to sit here and go through the list, you know, but I mean, every fighter has flaws. But and it was one thing that Peter alluded to before the fight was even made. He was like, you know, I don't really have anything to prove. You know, there's nothing to gain with this fight. And my mentality was, every fighter has something to prove, whether it's to themselves or to the sport in general. You're always going to have something to prove, and I feel like that's what I'm doing. And as a student of the game, I understand that, and that's why we're getting better and better. And, you know, me coming into my man strip now, you're seeing the strength and the power, and I think everything is going to play out phenomenal if I continue to do what I'm doing.
What's up, Danny? Andy Emilio, ES News, right over here.
Hey, what's up, man?
What's up, man? First and foremost, congratulations on the win. But if you could put on your commentator's hat for a second, you're very good at looking at things objectively.
Yeah.
How would you, basically, what's your take on the stoppage?
I mean, he was on shaky legs, so to me it's kind of a coin toss. You could have let him go, you could have let it, you could have stopped it, but if I was Peter Quillin, I probably would have took a knee. You know, just maybe lose that round and have another round to go and finish the fight. But it's not my call. I didn't even see the fight. I don't even really remember the fight, so I would have to go back in order to make a, you know, an assessment on that. But, you know, the referee is in there to do his job. We have a job to do, the referee have a job to do, and that's just that, man. This is a sport where health is first, right? And you have guys and officials and doctors to make sure that guys are not taking too much punishment, because obviously we know with the Richard Colon situation, you know, it was a very unfortunate situation. We don't want to make these things happen again, because this is a, you know, this is a deadly sport.
Danny, Peter actually said exactly the same thing.
Right,
He did.
right.
And he applauded Harvey Dock for stopping the fight.
See, he's a gentleman. See, like this is a bittersweet moment for me right now because, yeah, I'm happy that I got the victory. Yeah, I'm happy that things are looking bright for the future. But you know, for a guy like that who I've known for a very long time, and you know, to know his son and he's fighting for just so much, and coming from something to nothing, like I can identify with that. So, you know, it's a bittersweet moment. But you know, I pray that he's okay.
Danny, directly on your left, right over here.
Hey, Jeff.
Can you tell me, the other day at the press conference, you said you would be very respectful of his power and very cautious. But was it just something instinctual in that moment that when you heard him that caused you to go wild like that? Or did you intend to put that kind of pressure on early?
Well, see, we have a thing, and I say we, my team, Andre was there, and Anthony Irons, and the rest of my team, Jacobs. We have techniques in the gym when we work on what's called rumble. So it's like when we have guys hurt, we know exactly what punches to put together, how to bombard a guy, how to corral a guy, and eventually get the stoppage. So that was just a part of what we do naturally.